We'll now log in as the building owner role here. Let's log in there, and you can see building owner, like we saw before, is assigned to demo building with that same fake address. And we have a dashboard here. So this is where the owner of this building can, manage, view all the different information about devices and areas in their building. All of this dashboard here, these all map to these shortcuts here. So we can actually go to building units first. Let's do that. We can see all the different units that are in this building that, again, administrator assigns. So we have, say, Unit A, Office A, and ground floor, Unit A, and Office B, which is the room, and at the ground floor as well. This is just for administrators to view where all the different units are in their building. Next, we'll head over to devices. So we can see we have that HVAC 1 device that we can see here, and you'll notice HVAC 2 is not here, and that's because it hasn't been assigned to this building. We can see again here HVAC 1 is assigned to Unit A in Office A of ground floor of our demo building. Since HVAC 2 is not assigned to this building, it doesn't belong to this building owner, so they can't see it, they can't do anything with it. So beyond that, if we expand this, we still see the same details that administrator saw, but the building owner also has the options to turn this device on or off. We'll leave this as is for now. We'll come back to this to see how this works. And if you remember, the update interval for this device is every 10 seconds. So when we turn this on, it's going to start sending data every 10 seconds, and we'll see that later on. For now, let's head over to maintenance events. Again, we'll skip over this. We'll come back to this later. This is for the building owner to see all the different maintenance events that have been logged in their building. This is mainly where the maintenance worker will come in, and we'll see how this happens later on. Same thing with notifications. If any notifications about any data thresholds have been notified here, they would all appear here, and the user will be able to view them. Again, we'll come back to this in a sec. Lastly, this is another thing we'll come back to. This is where the building owner can view a graph over time of the various temperature and pressure data in their building. We even have filters here, so you can sort by the range of the last 24 hours, last 48 days, 3 days, 7 days, etc. You can search for unit, Unit A, Unit B, and we'll see this as it goes on. So what we'll do now is we'll head back to devices here. Let's actually expand this, and we'll actually turn this on. So remember, this device updates every 10 seconds. Let's turn that on. There we go. So now it's activated. It's been started. We can close that. We can just give it a bit. Let's wait a bit for some 10 seconds to go. And this device is actually running in the background. Now, because it's simulated, again, it's not a real device. It's in the background. It's going to be simulating fake data running every 10 seconds again. So let's just wait a few more seconds, and okay, I think that's enough. We can now go ahead and turn this device off. So now it's going to stop sending fake simulated data. If we actually head over to our unit data here, we can see, there we go. So there was two records here because we let 20 seconds pass here. So we can see temperature here, which was 36.2 degrees, pressure here, 1198 psi. Again, these are all randomly generated data because it's simulated. And this is the second piece of data that happened 20 seconds later. So we got pressure went down to 8.774. Temperature went down to 1.203. So now if we actually head over to notifications here, we should actually see, like, if we refresh the page, there we go. We should see there are actually notifications here because if you remember about those global thresholds, this piece of data here are below those thresholds. We can actually see here the sensor detected the temperature that was below minimum threshold. So if I actually open this up, you can see the expected value was 45, the actual value was 36.2, etc. And we can see that maintenance might be needed at that location, ground floor, Office A, Unit A. Same thing with the pressure as well. We can even sort notifications here. So if I open this one, for instance, it's now marked as red. If I want to sort these by newest, which is the default, I can also sort it by unread. It'll put all the unread ones first, which are marked with that little tag here, and you can just filter them like that. So we'll leave that as is. We can see all the notifications here. If we go to the home page, we even see we have our links to the notifications that can take us there if we need to quickly. So now that we have, say for instance, we notice that we have this notification now. So now we need to know, oh, this device probably needs maintenance. So how do we do that? that's where the maintenance worker role comes in. Let's actually head out. Let's log out. If we log in as the maintenance worker, so we can see this maintenance worker is still in demo building, and because if they're in the same building as the building owner, they get the same notifications. So you can see as soon as they log in, they already see those 4 notifications, and it's those exact same ones. So the maintenance worker can come in here and see, oh, let's see, we got some issues with the pressure, for instance. Expected 630, actual was 11, and maintenance is probably needed at this location. So what they can do here, they can head over to our maintenance events. We can even see ground floor, office A, unit A. If we head over to building units, that actually shows up here. Unit A, office A, ground floor. And since that's where we know where maintenance is needed, what we can do is come over to maintenance events. Let's add a new event here. So we can say it will be maintenance for HVAC 1. And you can give a description if you need to. This is optional. We'll say sample description. For this demo, it doesn't matter. You can give it a start date, so we can say we'll start maintenance on this on Monday the 21st at, let's say, 10 a.m. And you can give it an expected end date of, say, the next day at just 5:20 p.m. Sure. So then you can assign which users are going to be on this maintenance event. So I can assign myself as the maintenance worker. If I need to assign the building owner, I can, but for the most part, it's just going to be maintenance workers assign them. So I'll assign it myself, saying I'm the one who's going to be doing maintenance on this unit. I can select it is Unit A, Office A, ground floor. That's the one we're looking for. And our current state for this maintenance event is pending. We'll leave it as is. There we go. So now this event has been created. If we expand it, we can see all the details. We see the event is at this location. These are the users who are assigned to it. It's just currently me, this maintenance worker, and we can see the description there. So this is the point where the maintenance worker would actually go ahead and perform physical maintenance on the device. And as they do that, they might want to update the state here. So I can change it from pending to in progress to indicate that, okay, the maintenance worker is now working on this device. You can actually see here, just like the building owner, if we head over to unit data, they say the same data for all the HVAC devices as well. And while this is going, if we head back to maintenance events here, so now that this one's marked in progress, right? Let's actually log back in. Let's log out. Let's log back in as the building owner. Now that maintenance event was created, we can see here. Oh, we can see one of our maintenance workers here has created a maintenance event for that unit in response to that notification. And we can see that it's in progress, so they're currently working on it. Lastly, let's actually log back out. Let's log back in as the maintenance worker. So then, let's head back to our maintenance events. Once this event is finished, for instance, we can edit it. We can mark it as on hold if, for example, we need to put this maintenance on hold for any reason, or we can mark it as completed to indicate that it's done, this maintenance is no longer needed, the device is fixed, it's all good, etc. Or you can mark it as abandoned, for example, if you need to say that you can no longer perform maintenance on this for any reason, it's whatever reason you need to give it. So say I'll mark this as completed, we can submit that, there we go, now it's marked as completed, and at this point, you can either leave it here for records or the maintenance worker can delete it. It's really up to the process of the business, for example. And then if we log back in as the building owner, they'll be able to see, oh, this event is completed, all done, we can no longer worry about it. Okay, and we can also just go ahead and click all these notifications again, just to mark them all as red, and now they will no longer show up as red anymore. So that's the basic process of this whole project here. If you have any questions, please feel free to let us know.